थैंक अनुष्का। यार लाज रख ली तूने यार। ठीक है, तबीयत सबकी, हेल्थ सबकी फाइन चल रही है लाइफ में। इससे पहले वाला जो बैच था उसमें मैं 2 बार ऐसे बीच में उठ के गया शेमड़ी साफ करने के लिए। ऐसा हो सकता है क्योंकि मैं वो जो मेड्स ले रहा हूँ उसका साइड इफेक्ट होता है, ऑल योर कोल्ड इनसाइड बिकम्स एकदम ऐसे फ्लेम के टाइप का। एक्ट 5 रैप अप। मस्त है आज का सीन, एकदम 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 लाइट है, एकदम चिल्ड है। देख ऐसा लगता है कि हाँ चल ठीक है, इतना बुरा भी नहीं था शेक्सपियर, मतलब पढ़ने में ठीक है, लाइट है, मजा आता है, ह्यूमर है बनने में, मतलब थोड़ा बहुत ऐसे। इट्स नाइस। टुडेज लेक्चर selectively 5 or 6 questions can come in the exam. Rest all of it is just for your understanding, like it can't be asked in the exam as such. So but we are wrapping it up. All right, you remember what we did last time, right? The last thing we did on page 141, we Portia is looking at the night and saying it doesn't look dark enough. It looks like day, such as the days when the sun is hidden. And Bassanio hears her mark this observation, and he comes and says that, you know why that's happening? Because you are so pretty, you are so bright that we don't need the sun. You know, you can compete with the sun. All of you remember this dialogue? अबे वो zombies की फौज याद आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है? ये डायलॉग पेज 140 कहाँ है? पेज नंबर 141 पे किया था वो, 142 पे आ गया हूं मैं अभी। ओके चालू कर रहा हूं। Portia, because she heard Vasanio compliment her, she said, oh, you're so sweet. Let me give light, unlike the word light over here is let me be bright. The word light, the first one, is let me be bright, but let me not be light. The second wala light aata hai, it's a pun. The second meaning of the word light is unfaithful, like a light character. A light woman in those days was a woman who's unfaithful. All right, so Portia says, let me give light, but let me not be unfaithful. For the meaning of for in Merchant of Venice is because a light wife dot matlab does, an unfaithful wife does make a heavy husband. Matlab every husband who has an unfaithful wife will become a heavy husband. And the word heavy, sad, heavy hearted. And never shall Bassanio be for me. Well, I'll never let Bassanio be heavy hearted because of me, or because of me being unfaithful. So as long as I'm giving light, I'm okay with it. Let me never be unfaithful to you. But God saw it all. God saw it all. Matlab Bhagwan hum sabko khush rakhe. Welcome home, my lord. I thank you, madam. Give welcome to my friend also, all the way aaya hua yahan par. This is the man. This is Antonio. This is the man to whom I'm infinitely bound. Infinitely, very bound, grateful. This is the man to whom I am very, very grateful. की हो गया मैत्री? मैत्री?
Yes, sir.
All good? Distracted?
No, sir, I was fixing my Wi-Fi.
Sorted? Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Infinitely bound. She
Infinitely
said,
bound. Yeah.
it means very grateful. Okay. That word is important because Portia puns on the word bound. Next line. Portia says you should definitely, in all sense, simply means definitely. You should definitely be much bound to him. You should be very grateful to him. For as I hear from what I heard from people, he was much bound for you. He was much bound. You see the word bound again, but this time it's not grateful. This time the bound is legally bound. Legally bound. Antonio was legally bound for you. एंटनी बोलता है नहीं भाभी जी आप भी कैसी बातें करते हो, नाउ तो आई एम फ्री ना, अब सब छोड़ो वो बात, पुरानी बातें है वो, नो मोर देन आई एम वेल एक्विटेड ऑफ को ऑनलाइन कर, फ्री, लाइक आई एम फ्री मैडम. This word is very important because a lot of 10th graders still don't know the meaning of the word acquitted. Acquitted का मतलब होता है when you are free of everything, and the word is important because of prepositions also. Classic preposition है, बहुत बार आ चुका है एग्जाम्स में. He was acquitted dash all charges of OF. Okay, matlab free of all charge. Sir, you are welcome to our house. Sir, aajiye andar. It must appear in other ways than words. The line simply means I don't want to just say that you're welcome. I want to show you that you're welcome, which is why I'll scant. Unlike the word scant, stop. The word scant is stop. I'll stop this breathing courtesy. Breathing courtesy ko online kar. Talking. I'll stop talking. I won't just say it. I'll show it to you that you're welcome. Stage in your head there's a stage, and on stage we see Lorenzo, Jessica, they've just greeted Portia and Nerissa. Portia and Nerissa standing there, Lorenzo and Jessica standing there, Antonio and Bassanio talking to them. So all the main artists are on one side of the stage, spotlights on them, they are talking, the mic is on, but the audience can also see some activity on the other side of the stage. They can see Nerissa and Graciano in some theatrics where they are pushing each other and they are fighting with each other. वो दिखाई दे रहा है, but सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है. और अब हमें वो सुनाई देता है. The dialogue shifts to these two. अरे I swear by you, man, तू कुछ भी मेरे पे गलत इल्जाम लगा रही है. I swear by yonder moon. Graciano is telling Nerissa, I swear by yonder मतलब this moon. I swear by this moon that you are doing me wrong. You do me wrong, मतलब you are mistreating me. You are doing me injustice. In faith, believe me, I swear to you, I gave it, underline the word it, the ring. I gave this ring to the judge's clerk. I gave it to the judge's clerk. Would, I won't repeat it again, but आगे से कहीं पे भी would आया, it's wish. I wish that he मतलब the judge's clerk, were dead, who has my ring. For my part, since you do take it, love, so much to heart. Since you do take it, love, so much to heart, matlab, since you are so affected by this, I really wish that the kumbakat that has my ring is a dead man now. This is something we've not done. We've not done Act 4. Okay, matlab, we've done Act 4, but hardly like 3 to 4 sides. But this comes towards the end of the act. You know, once everything is sorted, Portia had asked Bassanio for his ring, and Graciano had asked Nerissa for, Nerissa had asked Graciano for his ring, just to test their husbands, whether they are parting with the ring or not. This ring is the same ring that was in Act 3, Scene 2, that Portia had given Bassanio and said that never let this ring escape your finger, otherwise it will be my vantage to think that you're dead, things like that. वो ring ये है. तुमने मेरे साथ नहीं किया, but I'm pretty sure स्कूल में ये सीन हो गया होगा, तो तुमने कहीं ना कहीं तो पता ही है तुम्हें कि ये रिंग डिसअपियर होती है. ये वो रिंग की बात हो रही है, ठीक है? So Nerissa is creating this fight with Graciano, but on purpose. They are teasing their husbands. So Graciano is like, I swear this man who has my ring is dead. He doesn't know Nerissa has the ring. And Portia is like, oh, a quarrel already. The word ho is an expression like, whoa, a quarrel already? You've just met. What's the matter? Arey, madam, kuch nahi. It's about a hoop of gold. Unlike the word hoop, circle, a ring. It's about a circle or a ring of gold, and wo bhi a paltry ring. Paltry is a cheap ring that she gave me, whose posy was, unlike the word posy, message, inscription. Ma'am, wo bhi na wo ring na, it came with that inscription. Aapko pata na wo hallmark cards ke andar wo sappy se messages hote hai, wo ek घिसे पिटे से वो message था, love me, leave me not, वो वाले message के साथ उसने ring दिया था. So that's what he says. Of course, he doesn't say hallmark. He says, ma'am, the message also was so common for all the world, like the Cutler's poetry. Cutler, you heard this word cutler? Cutlery. We use cutlery. The origin of the word is cutler. Cutlers were knife makers. They used to make knives in those days. And when they made knives, they would inscribe something on the knife. They would inscribe a message on the knife. And these messages were very common messages, like a set of messages, like love me till infinity, or thou shalt not die, or stay alive, या फिर simply हाथ संभाल कट जाएगा, like things like that they would write on the knife. I'm assuming क्या लिख सकते हैं. So basically वो common messages होते हैं. तो वो भी बोल रहा है कि हम वो मैम ring के अंदर भी ना वो Cutler's poetry के तरह एक simple सा message लिखा था, love me and leave me not. Okay, that is the dialogue. I'm done with one side. Go through it. Doubts पूछे. Simple सा side है. I don't see anything that's difficult so far. Done. Good. I'll move ahead. Okay. Nerissa, तू कौन होता है बे मैसेज के बारे में बात करने का और वैल्यू के बारे में बात करना, बड़ा है रिंग को जज करने वाला. You swore on me or to me that when I did give it to you that you would wear it till your hour of death. बोला था कि नहीं बोला था? And that it will lie with you till your grave, in your grave. Though not for me. Underline the word though. If. Chal chuck me. If not for me, at least for your vehement oaths. मतलब मेरी छड़. खुद के बारे में तो सोच, खुद के सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट के बारे में सोच. Think about your vehement. Underline the word vehement. Insistent. When you keep insisting, repetitive oaths, you should have been respective. Matlab you should have thought over it and have kept it. Gave it to the judge's clerk. God's my judge. The clerk will never wear hair on his face that had it. The clerk will never wear, unlike the word wear, grow hair, beard. The clerk will never grow a beard that had it. Like, I'm pretty sure you gave it to a person who will never grow a beard. Who is a person who can never grow a beard? A woman. So I'm sure you haven't given it to a man. You've given it to a woman. You're lying to me. All right. So she starts off with, who are you to talk about the message or the value of the ring? You swore to me that you'll keep it. You promised me that you'll keep it. Forget about my self-respect. What about your self-respect? What about that? You didn't give it to any clerk. You definitely gave your ring to a woman. She accuses Gratian. Gratian is like, Arey, he will pay question mark dal. He will what?
Grow a beard.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. He will grow a beard if he lives to be a man. That man that I'm talking about is a boy. Chota tha wo launda tha. But if you allow him to grow up thoda, so I'm 100% sure he'll grow a beard. So if he lives to be a man, if that boy turns into a man, he'll definitely grow a beard. Yes. If a woman lives to be a man, if a woman changes to a man, she constantly teases him. Gratian, uska haath leta in his hands. He says, Nerissa, I swear by this hand of yours. So by this hand, her hand. He takes her hand in his. He says, now by this hand, I swear to you, I gave it to a youth, a kind of a boy, a little scrub boy, short sa boy tha. In fact, agar main dekhne aaya na, tere jitni height thi utni, not higher than you. Tere jitna hi tha. No higher is taller. No taller than yourself. This judge's clerk, a prating boy, a very talkative boy also. Prating, unlike the word prating, talkative. Very talkative boy who begged it as a fee. I could not for my heart deny it him. I couldn't deny it to him at all. Deny it, refuse it to him. Portia ye sab sunti, and obviously she's also part of Nerissa's ploy. So Portia is like, you are to be blamed, Gratian. I'm really sorry, yaar. Meko size lena pad raha. But I must be direct with you, plain with you. You parted so easily with the ring. Ye mere bhi to husband hai na. Unke paas bhi to ring thi. Unko maine bhi kasam di thi कि वो ring कभी lose ना करो. देख, मेरे husband is a man of his word. No matter what someone tells him, he would have never lost his ring. He definitely has his ring. उन्होंने कैसे अपनी कसम रखी, तूने कैसे नहीं रखी? She's doing it obviously to make Bassanio feel bad. So you are to blame. I must be direct with you. To part so slightly matlab easily with your wife's first gift. A thing that stuck with promises, oaths upon your finger. A thing that is so riveted, unlike riveted, fastened or fit with faith matlab with promises, and unto your flesh. I gave my love also a ring, unlike my love, right on B for Bassanio, and made him swear never to part with it. And look, here he stands in front of me. I dare be sworn for him, but on his behalf. I am ready to be sworn on Bassanio's behalf that he would not leave it nor pluck it from his finger for, unlike the word for, in exchange of all the wealth that the world masters. Even if all the wealth in the world is offered to Bassanio, he would never, ever leave his ring. Now in faith, Gratiano, you give your wife too unkind a cause of grief. You give your wife too rude, unkind, hurting, sad, a cause of grief, a reason for sadness. And if it were to me, if I was in her place, even I would be mad at you. All this while, Bassanio is shrinking away in discomfort. Okay, he's perspiring, he's scared, he's listening to Portia, and he tells the audience, he says, yaar, vaat lag gayi meri to. It is best that I cut off my left hand right now, the hand on which he has the ring. He says, it's best to cut off my left hand and swear that I lost the ring defending it. Mere ko ye bol dena chahiye ki haath gaya, ring bhi gaya mera. Gratiano is that friend जो जब डूबता है तो अपने दोस्तों को भी लेके डूबता है. He's like, मैं अकेला क्यों डूबूं? He's like, oh आंटी, कौन से भाई साहब की बात कर रहे हो आप? इन्होंने ही शुरुआत की थी सब. इन्होंने रिंग दी वो जज को, तब ना जाके वो क्लर्क ने मेरे से रिंग मांगी और मेरे को भी देनी पड़ी, because I obviously will follow my own master. And Portia looks at Bassanio and she's like, सच बोल रहा है ये? ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता, मुझे आप पे पूरा भरोसा है. कौन से रिंग की बात कर रहा है ये? And Bassanio is like, I could lie to you, but the truth is, it's gone. And then Portia is like, nahi. And then वहां से पूरा drama started. That is what's happening in the next page. Before I do this side, just check the side I'm done already with. वो देख ले पूरा side. कोई doubts? My lord Bassanio gave his ring away to the judge, unto matlab to the judge that begged it, and indeed deserved it too. Madam, वो मैं झूठ ना बोलूं, वो judge भी deserve करता था वो ring. And then his boy, the clerk, his clerk, who took some pains in writing what? Documents. Matlab, Nerissa's job in the court was to keep writing notes of the case. So he took some pains in writing. He begged mine, and neither man nor master, unlike man, write down Nerissa / clerk, and write down master, underline master, write down Portia / judge. Judge, lawyer, jo bhi. Would take ought matlab anything but the 2 rings. Matlab they were not ready to take anything but the rings. What ring gave you, my lord? Not that I hope which you received of me. She's acting innocent. Look, if I could add a lie unto a fault, matlab if I could lie to hide a fault. If I could lie to hide a fault, then I would deny it. I would straight off say no to you. But dekh yaar, mere finger mein to ring nahi hai. Hath not the ring upon it. It's gone. Even so void is your false heart of truth. Even so empty. Void is empty. Even so empty is your heart. Not just any heart, false heart. Jhoota hai tera pyar. Of truth. So when I say your heart is empty, empty of what? Empty of truth. Like there is no truth in your false heart. I swear by heaven, I'll never be your wife until I see the ring. Yeah, even I'm not going to be yours till I see mine. They both give high fives to each other. All right. And Bassanio is trying to convince Portia. Sweet Portia, if you knew to whom I gave the ring, to whom kaun kar. If you knew for whom I gave the ring, for whom kaun kar. If you would conceive, unlike the word conceive, understand. If you would only understand for what I gave the ring, for what kaun kar. And how unwillingly I gave the ring. Unwillingly kaun kar. When nothing, kahan nothing? Not. NAUGHT matlab nothing. When nothing would be accepted but the ring, then you would definitely abate, unline abate, reduce. You would reduce the strength of your displeasure. Unline strength of your displeasure, pure phrase ko unline kar. Your anger, your hatred. So 4 points. If you knew to whom I gave the ring, for whom I gave the ring, if you'd conceive why I gave the ring, and how unwillingly I gave the ring when nothing else was accepted but the ring, then I'm 100% sure you would definitely reduce your displeasure, your hatred, your anger. Portia usko imitate karti hai or taunt karti hai. Bolti if you had known the virtue of the ring, virtue matlab the importance of the ring, or half the worthiness of the person who gave you the ring, half her worthiness matlab my worthiness, कि मेरी पूरी इज्जत छोड़ अगर तेरे को मेरी आधी इज्जत भी होती, or you would have your own honor, your own self-respect to contain the ring, then you would not have parted with the ring. You would not have separated with the ring. What man is there so much unreasonable if you had pleased to have defended it with any terms of zeal, wanted the modesty to urge the thing held as ceremony? What ko bracket chalu kar, ceremony pe bracket end kar, uska direct translation de raha hu, likh le. Before you start with the translation, English mein, this usage is very fascinating. The meaning of the word wanted. Wanted is lacking in something. No, that's how the origin of the word wanted is. When you want something, when you don't have it. When you don't have it, when you lack it. Lacking, when you don't have something. ये एक word का meaning लिखते हैं. उसके बाद translation लिखते हैं. जा भी चालू हो रहा है. जा भी जगह मिल रही है. बोलो. There is no man so unreasonable, comma, lacking the decency of demanding something so important to you, if you would have tried to defend it with any enthusiasm. With any enthusiasm. ये translation है. Let's match it up with what you've written. If you had, कहाँ गया यहाँ से चलो. What man is there so unreasonable? What you've written in your translation is there is no man so unreasonable. फिर नीचे आ जा next line पे, because वो parenthesis है बीच का, उसको एक मिनट के लिए ignore कर. There is no man who is so unreasonable who lacks the modesty. Wanted is lacks. Modesty is decency. To demand, urge is to demand. A thing held as ceremony, something so important to you. Something that's held as ceremony, matlab something that's super important to you. Okay? फिर ऊपर आ जा. If you would have tried, please मतलब tried to defend it with any enthusiasm. Terms of zeal मतलब any enthusiasm. That is the meaning. Matlab, if only you had tried harder, I'm pretty sure any man would have understood and not demanded a thing that's so important to you. Nerissa teaches me what to believe. I think I'm going to stick with what Nerissa believes in. I'll die for it. Matlab, I'll die if I'm wrong, but I'm sure some woman has your ring. She won't die because obviously a woman has the ring. No, no, no. By my honor, madam. In Merchant of Venice, whenever something starts with the word by, that is swear by. I swear by my honor, ma'am. I swear by my soul. No woman has it but a civil doctor, a lawyer. Civil doctor is a lawyer. Which madam who did refuse 3,000 ducats off me. He refused to take 3,000 ducats from me. And he begged the ring, which I first denied him. The which, unlike the word which, the which, the ring. The ring I did deny him. I did refuse him. And I suffered him. Suffered, caused him. I caused him to go away displeased, to go away upset. Even he, like that same person, even he, that same person who held up, who rescued the very life of my dear friend. What should I say, sweet lady? I was enforced to send it after him. I was forced to send it after him. I was beset. I was filled with shame and courtesy. I was filled with shame and politeness. My honor, my self-respect, my dignity could not let ingratitude, unlike the word ingratitude, ungratefulness. My dignity, my self-respect could not let ungratefulness besmear it. Besmear, stain. Stain, it over here is his honor. But I could not let my honor be stained by ingratitude. Meri ek reputation hai market mein. How can I be ungrateful? Pardon me, good lady. Sorry, I'm really sorry, Portia. I swear by these blessed candles of the night. Blessed candles over here are the stars. I swear by the stars of the night. Had you been there, agar tu khud hoti, I'm 100% sure you would have begged the ring of me to give the worthy doctor. Tu khud mujhe bolti, bhai de de wo ring, ye deserve karta banda. Easy. Can I continue? Will you read together later and then ask me doubts? Okay, रुक जाओ 2 मिनट, बाद में कर लेंगे. एक और साइड कर लेता हूं, देख लेंगे. Oh, by the way, the dialogue we are now doing, the next 2 dialogues definitely won't come in the exam. Okay, our board ICSE is very sanskari board. वो एक orthodox sanskari board है. वो लोग ऐसे affairs and sexual relations की बातें ऐसे openly बच्चों के साथ नहीं करते. तौबा तौबा, ऐसा वाला board है ये. But शेक्सपियर तो ये सब नहीं सोता ना, प्ले चल रहा है, एडल्ट प्ले है. तो ऑब्वियसली वी आर टॉकिंग एन अफेयर राइट नाउ इन द नेक्स्ट 2 डायलॉग्स. ओके, सो पोर्शिया बेसिकली उसको बोलती है कि ओहो हो, इतना चार्मिंग बंदा है हाँ, कि मेरा हस्बैंड फिसल गया. तो एक काम करियो यार, इस बंदे को ना कभी मेरे घर पे मत आने देना. इफ यू आर सो लिबरल दैट यू कुडंट रिफ्यूज अ थिंग दैट्स सो इंपॉर्टेंट टू मी एंड यू हैड टू गिव इट टू दिस डॉक्टर, तो फिर वो तो इतना चार्मिंग है, अगर उसने मुझे कुछ मांगा तो मैं भी दे दूंगी उसको. Could be anything. I'm just saying, I might just फिसल जाओगी मैं भी. अगर टिप टिप वो बैकग्राउंड में टिप टिप बरसा पानी से गाना भी चल रहा है, वो नाचते नाचते बोलती है डोंट लेट दैट डॉक्टर कम नेक्स्ट टाइम. ये वाला वो डायलॉग है, 100% एग्जाम में नहीं आएगा, बट लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड इट. लेट नॉट दैट डॉक्टर एवर कम नियर माय हाउस. लेट हिम नेवर come near my house, since he has the jewel over here is the ring that I loved, and that which you swore to keep for me. I will become as liberal, unlike the word liberal, free, generous, bracket में they're naughty, because genuinely she's being naughty over here. When she says liberal मतलब वो free है. Okay, so she says I'll also be liberal as you. I won't deny him anything I have. मतलब I won't refuse anything to him if he asks for me. नैसा ग्राशियाना बोलती है तू भी देख ले, वो जज के क्लर्क को कभी आने मत देना मेरे आजू बाजू. You now decide whether you want to leave me alone at home or not. So nor I his clerk, therefore be advised मतलब be careful how you leave me to my own protection. मतलब be careful how you leave me alone at home. एंटोनियो तब तक समोसे खा रहा था, वो देखता है यार ये तो बात बढ़ चुकी है, खाते खाते मुंह फूल है उसका, मेरे वजह से ये सब हो रहा है, बहन जी आप लड़ो मत प्लीज उसके साथ। आई एम द अनहैप्पी सब्जेक्ट ऑफ दिस क्वार्टल, मेलोड्रामेटिक इंसान है, सारा अटेंशन उसी को चाहिए लाइफ में। आई एम द अनहैप्पी सब्जेक्ट मतलब आई एम द रीजन ऑफ दीज फाइट्स, क्वार्टल्स मतलब फाइट्स। पहुंचे बोलते ओ भाई साहब टांग ना अड़ाओ यार, आप बैठ के समोसे खाओ, आपका कोई टेंशन नहीं है यहाँ पे, यू आर वेलकम। grieve you not, मतलब don't be upset, don't be sad, you are welcome notwithstanding को ऑनलाइन कर लो, in spite of all of this, मतलब कुछ भी हो जाए मेरे हस्बैंड और मेरे बीच में, आप भाई साहब यू आर वेलकम। बसानियो कंट्रोल नहीं कर पा रहा अपने आप को, टीयरी हो गया। Portia, forgive me this enforced wrong. I love the word enforced over here. He's not letting go of that word because he was forced to send the ring. Anybody who's done the act 4, they would know that Bassanio ने ना ही बोल दिया था, उसने रिंग नहीं की थी, he won the test. But Antonio forces him. Antonio says, भाई मेरी दोस्ती को एक तरफ रख और अपनी वाइफ के प्रॉमिस को एक तरफ रख ले. That guy saved my life. So Bassanio was forced to send the ring. And he keeps adding this word. He says, forgive me this enforced wrong. I didn't do it deliberately. I was forced to do this wrong. And in the hearing of my friends, hearing मतलब witness, सारे दोस्तों के सामने, I swear by my friends, in front of my eyes, in friends, वो उसके अंदर का शाहरुख जाग गया, वो अभी पोर्शिया हाथ पकड़ता बोलता है, पोर्शिया, I swear by my friends, और तेरी आंखों की कसम, तेरी ये नशीली आंखों की कसम जिसमें मैं अपने आप को देख पा रहा हूँ, कि रोमांटिक लाइन मारने जाता है वो, but if you see there's a hyphen there. In English, whenever you see that sign, that hyphen in a dialogue, that means he's cut off, he's interrupted, he's about to say something, but कोई बीच में बोलता है, ठीक है, यहाँ पे पोर्शिया बोलती है बीच में। पहले लाइन देख लें, I swear to thee, I swear to you, I swear by your, thine, the word thine is your, I swear by your own fair eyes, wherein I can see myself. And पोर्शिया बोलती है, एक मिनट, ओ सुना सब लोग ने, हाँ? He can see himself in my eyes, huh? How many eyes do I have? Huh? Two eyes I have. मतलब he can see two of himself, one in each eye. मतलब double self, मतलब दुगलापन. How can I understand or how can I rely on anybody who has double standards? He can see two of himself. Now, if you're wondering, sir, एक minute, that is super cheesy. Huh? कुछ भी. It's Shakespeare. Are you serious? ये आपने खुद ने बनाया ना? Because you are a cheesy teacher. ये दो eyes में दो दुगलापन, डबल स्टैंड, ये आप ही का डायलॉग हो सकता है, करेक्ट? मेरे को भी ये लगता है कि मेरे ही इतने गिरे हुए डायलॉग्स होते हैं, बट ये शेक्सपियर का डायलॉग है, आई स्वेयर। डायलॉग देख, I'll prove it to you. Mark you but that, मतलब सुना सब लोगों ने? Did everyone listen to that? In both my eyes, he doubly sees himself. In each eye, one. So you are swearing by your double self. Huh. That's an oath of credit. That's an oath of credit is sarcasm. Like, yeah, sure, that is a promise I can rely on. So she literally says this. So Merchant of Venice teaches us a lot of things. And one important thing it teaches us is never ever be with a girl like Portia. तुम्हें जैसे ही दिखता है कोई ऐसी चापली है, भाई उसको छोड़ दो, बात को स्ट्रेच करिए, खत्म कर यार, जो खत्म हो गया, बट नहीं, हम और खींचेंगे इसको, खींचती है। एंड बसानियो डेस्परेट हो रहा है, बोलता है अरे यार सुन मेरी माँ यार, वो मेरी माँ नहीं बोलता, वो बोलता है ने hear me, listen to me यार, listen to me, pardon this fault, forgive me, and I swear by my soul, I swear I'll never ever broke an oath with you. Antonio's dialogue. This, by the way, जिनको realize नहीं हुआ, we are on the last page now. So अब doubts पूछ ले ताकि मैं last page खत्म करूँ एक flow में। यहाँ तक doubts पूछ ले।
Sir,
बोला अच्छा।
so you said that now wanted the modesty इसमें wanted का कुछ meaning?
Lack. When you lack something, wanted का मतलब lacking होता है. You've heard the word lacking in English, no? When you lack something, मतलब you don't have it. So where is a man who doesn't have the decency? Antonio's dialogue, very important. When the dialogue was not important, I told you it won't come. This dialogue definitely coming. Question, classic question. How does Antonio reassure Portia that Bassanio will keep his promise? Now, this is my way of framing the question. Question can be framed in whatever way, but the question context is this, that how does Antonio assure Portia, or how does Antonio stand up or support Bassanio? Stand up for or support Bassanio. I once did lend my body for his wealth. His over here is Bassanio. His को online करके B लिख दे, wealth को online करके 3K ducats लिख दे. Once Bassanio wanted 3,000 ducats and I was willing to lend my body for it. which, underline the word which, bracket में लिख दे body, my body, but for him that has your husband's ring had quite miscarried. तो पहले तो quite miscarried को underline कर लें, उसका मीनिंग लिख दें would have been lost, would have been lost. Now but for him को underline कर, और वहां लिख had it not been for him, had it not been for him that has your husband's ring had quite miscarried. Now you have your whole line. The line is, I once lent my body for his 3,000 ducats, and my body would have been lost if it hadn't been for that person who has your husband's ring. Who is this person?
The lawyer.
The lawyer. But who lawyer? Portia. So
Portia.
if such a question comes, you have to write both the things. So him को underline कर, but for him में जो him है उसको underline कर, वालिक Portia / lawyer. जब भी पूछेंगे तब पूरा लिखना है. The him over here is the lawyer who rescued Antonio, which actually was Portia. लाइन खत्म नहीं हुई अभी तक. वो बोलता है I dare be bound again. Dare be bound मतलब I'm ready to be bound again. Bound over here is legally bound. This time I'll risk my soul. पिछली बार body risk की थी, इस बार मैं soul को risk करूंगा. Upon forfeit. Upon forfeit मतलब as penalty. That your lord, your husband will never ever break faith, ever break promise advisedly. Advisedly मतलब even upon advice. मतलब consciously. गलती से अगर कह रहे तो अलग बात है, but consciously he'll never break his promise. Portia, fine then. You'll be surety. Surety मतलब guarantee. Give him this. उसको ये ring दो. And bid him, ask him to keep it better than the other. ये ले भाई बसानियो, देख मैटर सॉल्व करवा लिया. ये रिंग रख अभी. हाय ला, ये तो वही रिंग है जो मैं डॉक्टर को दिया. हाँ, वो उस रात को ज्यादा पी ली मैंने तो उसने मुझे दे दी ये रिंग. क्या बोलूं अभी. शर्म आ रही है मेरे को. ऐसे पोर्शिया उसको कन्फेस करती है. पोर्शिया बोलती है I had it of him. I took it from him. Underline the word him. Him is a lawyer. She lies to him. Pardon me, Bassanio. Yeah, and pardon me also, yeah, Graciano. That same scrubbed boy, no, chota sa tingna sa boy, jo na, the doctor's clerk, he gave me this. Now, Portia and Larissa see that these guys are too sad and they are going to cry. So, obviously, she ends the joke. She says, look, you all are shocked. Amazed, malaf shocked. Here's a letter. Ye le letter. Read it at your leisure. Read it whenever you're free. The letter comes from Padua from Bellario, a respectable person, my cousin. There you will find, there malab in the letter, you will find that Portia was the doctor, malab Appun was the doctor, and Nerissa here, Nerissa there, malab Nerissa here, was the clerk. Why did she get a letter written from Bellario? ताकि अगर joke backfire हुआ, suppose God forbid Bassanio trust नहीं करता उसको, या बोलता है definitely affair था. So at least you have a letter. Okay, boss, there is no judge. There is no clerk. I am that person. Lorenzo here will witness. Witness matlab shall testify, shall prove to you that I set forth, left. The meaning of set forth matlab left. I left as soon as you left. And I even now but returned. I have just come home. I have not even entered my house yet. Antonio, you are welcome. And I have better news in store for you than you expect. Unseal this letter soon, and there you'll find 3 of your argosies are richly come to harbor suddenly. Open that letter and you'll see that 3 of your ships are suddenly come to port. You will not know, warriors never come to know. You'll never come to know how or by what strange accident I chance मतलब came across this letter. बहुत सारे questions है दिमाग में. हम सोच रहे हैं 1 मिनट. मतलब वो जो 3 ships हमने पढ़ी थी जो बचपन में एंटोनियो के ships जो 3 destroy हुई थी वो वापस आ गई. कैसे? And अगर आ भी गई तो पोर्शिया को कैसे मालूम पड़ा कि एंटोनियो की शिप्स आ गई वापस? Only one person knows the answer to this. That person unfortunately is smiling upon us right now peacefully. ये शेक्सपियर चाचा की बात कर रहा हूं. That guy had so many mysteries up his sleeve that no one ever figured it out. His plays became famous after he died. So by the time people realized the nuances of it, the technicalities of it, he wasn't there to answer questions for us. B, this is something that all directors do. It's a writer's trick. It's a bait. What they do is, when they would have stage plays, right? It's not on Netflix. So you can't rewind and watch it again. People in those days were actually watching it once. Then they would walk out of the theater and discuss it with each other. And they'd be like, hey, nice play, huh? Nice. Yeah, but you know what? एक चीज मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया यार, वो ships कैसे वापस आ गए? मतलब वो part मैंने कुछ miss किया क्या? Like, हाँ यार मैं भी confused उस part को लेके, याद तो नहीं है. You want to watch it again tomorrow? Yeah, we should. So then everyone would walk in again to the theater. So it was a way to pull the audience in, because they would always keep wondering, have we missed something? Have we missed something? What's the answer to this? Then people would go again, because that stage play is happening once in a while. So, you need more and more audience. So that's how you draw more audience to it. Now, the second time you go, you still won't get the answer, but they are not complaining, because they know that, oh, it's an enjoyable play. We enjoyed watching it. So no one's complaining at the end of it. Now your question. But sir, wo sab theek hai. What if they ask us in the exam? They won't. Nobody will ask you, because nobody knows the answer. All right. So you should also not bother about this. Anthony bolta, I'm dumb. Dumb boy is not stupid. Dumb boy is shocked. I'm shocked. I don't know what to say. Basani was still shocked. He's like, tu thi wo ladka? You are the doctor, and I knew you, not knew you, matlab recognized you. I didn't recognize you. And you were the clerk. Graciano bol raha hai Nerissa ko. And Antonio letter पढ़ रहा हो, बोलता, sweet lady, you've given me life and living. Life को online कर, like Act 4. Life over years, you rescued my life. You not only saved my life back in the court, but you also gave me living. Living over here is resources, money. For here I read for certain, for sure, that my ships are safely come to road. My ships have safely returned to the harbor. Portia, Lorenzo को बोलती है, Lorenzo, तू दुखी ना हो, तेरे लिए भी consolation prize है. How now, Lorenzo? My clerk had some good comforts for you. And I'll give them to you without a fee. Without a fee, Malam Nerissa is still pretending as if she's the judge's clerk. She says, yeah, I'll read it out to you, but I won't charge you anything. There I do give you and Jessica from the rich Jew a special deed of gift. Unlike special deed of gift, wasiyat. क्या है English word for wasiyat? W से start होता है, L से end होता है, I आता है, L आता है. अबे will. सोच रहे हो अभी भी. Will. Special deed of gift मतलब will. After his death, of all he dies possessed of. Well, everything that he possesses after he dies will belong to you. Lorenzo, fair ladies, you drop manna in the way of starved people. Circle manna, write down 3 marks. Classic question. It's the last allusion in your play. Baju mein diya hua hai. In the Old Testament of the Bible, the Jews are described as wandering people in the desert on a long journey. When they were starving, God sent them divine food called manna, which they found lying on the ground. This happened in answer to Moses' prayer to God. In short, manna is prasad. So you drop prasad in the way of starving people, hungry people. Portia ऊपर देखती बोलती यार, it's almost morning, बात करते करते time चला गया. Yet I see you are not satisfied of all these events at full. I know you guys have a lot of questions in your head. Let's go in and charge us there. Unlike charge us there, ask us. The meaning of charge us there is ask us. Upon interrogatories matlab ask us questions, whatever you want to, and we will answer them faithfully matlab truthfully, honestly. We'll honestly answer all your questions. Yes, sure, let it be so. Let's do it. And while I live, while I'm alive, I'll fear no other thing. I'll be careful about no other thing so sore, so important as to keep safe Nerissa's ring. He ends it as a couplet. Ring and thing rhymes. बोलता है जिंदगी भर लाइफ में एक ही चीज अभी मैं करूंगा, to keep safe Nerissa's ring. ये खत्म, मतलब खत्म टेक्निकली. अपना एक्ट 4 बाकी है अभी, बट एक्ट 5 खत्म. मस्त ना, इजी रहा. I didn't think it was a difficult scene at all. It's fun scene. Fun as long as tests are not taken. Then of course. एक टेस्ट होने वाली थी, कैंसिल हो गई. बट पढ़ाई की थी तुम लोग ने. ऐसे लगा तुम लोग यार जब भी पढ़ाई करते सब सर लेते नहीं. नेक्स्ट टाइम जब सर बोलेंगे और हम पढ़ाई नहीं करेंगे तब सर टेस्ट लेंगे. तो इसलिए मैं डिसअपॉइंट नहीं करूंगा तुम लोग को. एक छोटा सा फेवर चाहिए मेरे को. एक बहुत इम्पॉसिबल चीज करने वाला हूं. इट्स कॉल्ड ट्रस्टिंग यू गाइस, है ना. मैं ट्रस्ट कर रहा हूं तुम लोग को. वो ट्रस्ट को तोड़ना मत. नोट्स है ना, प्रोज के नोट्स, लिटरेचर प्रोज वाले नोट्स मैं बात कर रहा हूं. प्रोज वाले नोट्स सबके पास है, इजीली एक्सेसिबल है कि घर के कोई कोने में घुमा दिया तुम लोग ने. इजीली एक्सेसिबल है, निकाल सकते हो 2 सेकंड के लिए. नोट्स जल्दी लेके आ जाओ. जो लोग ऑलरेडी लेके आ गए प्लीज ग्रेटेस्ट ओलंपिक प्राइज निकालो उसमें. गुड नाइट, लव यू गाइस, सी यू गाइस नेक्स्ट वीक.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.